This is the case that set new trends, inspired new designs, brought us the fish tank look. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the HYTE Y70, a new iteration of the famous Y60 case that was a true wonder case. But the thing here is, what can Y70 offer you as a buyer that Y60 couldn't? Word from a sponsor and we shall see what's new here.
Looking for affordable Windows or Office keys? Look no further, I got you covered. Head over to HYTE.com, pick your Windows edition, use my discount code HYTE25 to get a 25% on any Windows or Office products. Once you complete your order, after a few seconds you will receive your code. In Windows, go to Settings, there should be an Activate Windows prompt at the bottom. Click that, enter your code and wait for Windows to finish activation. To check the activation status, use the command prompt with the command slmgr.vbs/xpr and you should receive a notification that the machine is permanently activated. Once again, use code HYTE25 at HYTE.com.
In terms of visuals, the case looks pretty much exactly the same, but in fact it did get just a little bit bigger, just enough to address the issues Y60 had with fitment of certain components inside. It is now 470 by 320 by 470 millimeters big, and it is available in more colors, and the biggest innovation could possibly be the Touch Infinite version of the case, the one that has the LCD touchscreen on the corner glass. But today we are looking at the regular version in traditional black and white color, I mean the Panda version. Visually, as I said, it remained the same. It has 3 corner glass pieces, bringing us that fish tank look and now an iconic look of the case. You can't mistake it for any other case, although after Y60 there were many similar cases, attempts, clones and so on. Getting inside the case is easy, simply pull the tempered glass panel and you are in. Classic PEG system holding it in place. You can remove the other 2 glass pieces, but there is simply no need as the building process is easy even with them in place. The case is mostly famous for the implementation of the best looking PCI riser cable and of course its vertical GPU mounting system. And this is the only way to position the GPU in this case as well, so just beware of that. The riser is PCI 4.0 x16 compatible, so any GPU that came out to this day will work without any problems. You can fit extended ATX, ATX, micro ATX and ITX boards in this case. There are rubber grommets on the side and the top as well to hide the majority of the cables, and all these grommets are angled towards the back of the motherboard tray behind to further route the cables properly. Regarding the GPU placement, you can now fit 4-slot T cards. Technically you have 105mm for the thickness here and up to 422mm in length as well, something that wasn't possible with the previous model. For the CPU heatsinks clearance, it's also better, allowing you up to 180mm tall heatsinks to be installed now. Side fan mounting support also sees an improvement, allowing for 3 120mm fans or 2 140mm fans to be installed on the side, and up to 360mm AIO radiators as well, with maximum thickness of 125mm, because HYTE has its own thick series of AIOs now, and as you can see they are quite chunky in size, but they fit here without any problems. Rear fan support is up to 140mm in size now, and in the bottom you can put up to 3 120mm or 2 140mm fans and up to 32mm in thickness as well. The cold floor feature is still here. GPU is getting fresh air directly from the bottom fans, contributing to it being super cool as air literally goes through the GPU heatsink fins. Up top, in theory this improves cooling, but also in practice as well, which I will show you later. At the top of the case there is a toolless removable panel, which also has a dust filter built in. It's not removable, it's just there in the top piece. Here up top you have the bracket on which you mount fans. It is removable with 2 screws, but from the back of the case. Once removed you can attach it to your AIO or fans and simply drop it all in together. Up here you can mount up to 3 120mm fans or 2 140mm fans and up to 360mm radiators with maximum combined thickness of radiator and fans up to 68mm. On the back side of the case you can of course see that it is a dual chamber design case. I mean, you know this from the Y60 already, but if you didn't, well, now you know. There are two hard drive caddies at the back held by thumb screws in place. You can mount up to two 3.5-inch drives here or four 2.5-inch SSDs. PSU obviously goes behind the motherboard in the lower portion of the case, and you can't change places with hard drive cage placement. Rear panel of the case follows the design pattern as the rest of the case and also has a mesh filter installed on it, non-removable by the way, but you can clean it easily. Once the panel is removed, you can see the mentioned hard drive caddies, PSU installation place, and you can install up to 235mm large PSUs, which is excellent. Side fan bracket is not removable for easy installation, which is a real bummer, shame. I mean, everything is accessible as is, but just a quality of life feature that could have been. Your I/O panel cables are here, and of course a bunch of zip tie points scattered all over the back. At the very bottom of the case you can see the angled feet. They are rubberized for anti-slipping on the desk obviously. There is a dust filter here, removable of course, and a fan bracket for super easy bottom fan installation. This is used for GPU cooling of course, and that cold floor thingy. On the angled front piece of the case there is a conveniently placed I/O panel which includes a microphone and headphone TRRS jack, two USB 3.0 ports and one USB-C port as well. Power button is now revised, and this is not a traditional button, it's a transparent with a dot in the middle, and it is more of a button from a keyboard. It has that sort of feel to it. There is no click, it's just super soft when pressed. I kinda wish the button remained in the same color as the case. This somehow breaks the visual for me, at least on a white model, and on the black model this is not that much noticeable. For the build here, Ryzen 5 7600X CPU was used, RTX 4070 Ti Super for the GPU, and it is all cool with the HYTE's own TIC Q60 AIO, which is a little monster with a large screen. Idle CPU temps were around 43 when room temp is normalized. Since I recorded this in the summer heat, outside was simply unbearable with temperatures reaching above 42 degrees Celsius. So imagine how hot it must have been inside at that time. While gaming, this monster of an AIO keeps this CPU around 55 degrees almost all the time, and maxing it out at 77 degrees when stress tested. It's a not bad temperature considering the conditions and that this is only a 240mm AIO, but it has a thicker radiator. On the other hand, the GPU was super chill since the cold floor acts as an intake and moving air across the GPU fins as well as to the fans directly in the front. The GPU was extremely cold, 29 to 30 degrees idling or while on YouTube watching videos and all that stuff, and up to 53 degrees while gaming, which is insanely good. Since this card is also 3.5 slot thick as well, it does have room to breathe since it's not that close to the glass anymore like it was the issue with the Y60 model. Overall, is it worth upgrading to the Y70 if you already own the Y60? Yes, it is, but only under one condition. That is if you have a thick GPU and temperatures are a concern since it will sit close to the glass in your Y60 case. Other than that, there is no need to upgrade. But is it worth getting this case if this is your first fish tank case? Absolutely yes. It will set you back $219.99 for the non-touch model, but if you absolutely insist on having that gorgeous touchscreen, be prepared to spend a whopping $379.99. So whichever model you choose, you can expect top-notch build quality and easy-peasy PC building process, because this is hands down one of the easiest cases to build your PC, and you can also check the build time-lapse in my videos. In the meantime, sub to the channel, like and share the video, and I'll see you in another one.